Mr. Rentz says he's tired of playing second fiddle to his wife's dog. Will she throw him a bone, or is he barking up the wrong tree? Today on Divorce Court. All rise. The Honorable Judge Starr presiding.
Hello, everyone. You may be seated.
Your Honor, the case of Rentz v. Rentz.
Thank you very much. Mr. Rentz and Mrs. Rentz, thank you for being here in Divorce Court, and welcome. I'd like to welcome everyone to Divorce Court today. Today, we actually have a married couple who are facing a bit of a crossroads because of a four-legged friend who someone thinks has taken their place in the relationship. Let's get to the bottom of it right now. Mr. Rentz, why are we here in Divorce Court?
Your Honor, I'm here today because my wife has a horrible temper.
Who?
And our dog has took her place in our bedroom, in our life. So it's either gonna be me or the dog.
And you've brought divorce papers to court, am I correct?
I've got divorce papers right here, so today we're gonna find out what she's gonna do.
And I see that you brought a witness
I did.
to court, your brother.
My brother, Wesley.
Okay, and Mr. Rentz, we will be with you in a little while, so I'd appreciate you being here. Thank you, sir. Mrs. Rentz, you heard what your husband said. What do you say, ma'am?
Well, I love my husband. I want this marriage to work. My dog is not going. She is staying.
So we really are facing a crossroads. So I'm going to figure out if Mr. Rentz is serious that it's either him or the dog. Let's go back to when you first met. Tell me a little bit about that, Mr. Rentz.
Well, a mutual friend introduced us. We've been together about 4.5 years now, I'd say. She had been in a near-death accident, and I helped her financially, physically, mentally, emotionally, and we got attached. And next thing I knew, I was on my knee proposing, which I said I wasn't gonna do. And I love her.
Sickness and in health.
Sickness and in health.
Mrs. Rentz, Mr. Rentz helped you through that health crisis. Talk to me about what was going on in your life.
So I used to haul horses all over the U.S. My other driver ended up falling asleep, and luckily we both survived, but I did have a crushed spinal cord in 2 spots.
Oh, my goodness.
And yes, he did step up. He didn't have to. Went to all the doctor's appointments, never missed any, and...
So he's a reliable
yes.
man. He really did step up. Thank you, Mr. Rentz. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And I wanted to make sure that we set the stage and set the table for the kind of man Mr. Rentz is. So now, Mr. Rentz, everything was going okay. I understand you both like animals. Did you bring animals to the relationship also?
Well, Your Honor, it started off, when we met and got together, it started out with 2 dogs. Now we have 10 dogs.
What did you say?
6 dogs in our home and 4 outside, which she started a kennel. You know, I love our dogs. It's put a damper on her love life, I'll just say that. And Bella is her baby, I guess you would say. Yeah. And I mean, far as even trying to be intimate with her, the dogs replace me in a lot of different ways. And I mean, I understand, because I love animals too, but when it comes to husband and wife, you know, there's boundaries.
Oh, there's a beautiful Bella. So, Mrs. Rentz, you started off today by saying, this is my baby and she's not going anywhere. So tell me a little bit about how Bella came into your life and why your husband feels like she's taking his place.
So he decided to work on the road, which, yes, money's better, but it was me and my daughter, but she's a teenager and teenagers aren't home, so it was just me. So I had found a breeder online and I was like, hey, you know, I'm really interested. He told me no right off the rip. Absolutely no.
Your Honor, Bella's actually here in court today.
Oh, I'd like to actually meet Bella because I don't know. I want to give you my bias walking in the door. I'm a dog lover. Mimi is my child. And I would like to meet Bella and bring her into court so that I can see who we're talking about.
Okay.
Corey, will you please get Bella the witness as well as my own expert witness?
Sure thing.
There you go.
Come this way. Go ahead, Bella.
Come on, baby. Come on. You're okay. Come on. Good girl. Sit.
Sit. Hello, Bella.
Good girl.
And I think I'm going to need my own expert witness for this case.
All right.
Good job, baby. You're doing so good.
Mimi. Hey, Mimi. Hey. You want to see Mommy?
Thank you very much.
Uh-huh.
Hello, Muglies. How are you? You want to sit on the bed? Mommy wants you to come and help her. There we go. There we go.
Girl.
Yes.
You're
Very good.
Come here.
So, Mr. Rentz, you were telling me that Bella, no matter how cute she is, she's a big girl.
She's took my place in bed. And, you know, I mean, even to be intimate with my wife, I have to make appointments. Everything she does, she involves Bella. Almost 2 months now, they've actually moved into a spare room, her and Bella. So
They're
I'm in
not
my
even
room.
sleeping in the marital bedroom.
No, we're not, Your Honor.
So, Mrs. Rentz, true confessions, Mimi sleeps in our bed, but Mimi weighs 7 pounds.
Well, Your Honor, let me explain something. Bella is very big. She's large. But Bella sleeps at the end of the bed. Bella doesn't get under the covers. She's not in the way of anybody.
But
She's
wait
at
a
the
minute,
feet.
your husband...
Or she's in her dog bed on the floor.
Your Honor, I was trying to be intimate with Jamie, and Bella comes in and she nudges in. So while I'm trying to kiss and love on my wife, the dog comes in, she stops what she's doing and she starts showing Bella love. I mean, I love Bella, but I mean, we're trying to be intimate and the dog puts a damper on that as well.
So, Mrs. Rentz, you can't compromise enough to have Bella sleep on her dog bed when your husband is home?
Yes, and she does.
But not consistently enough
Your
for Mr.
Honor,
Rentz. Go ahead, sir.
I mean, I love Bella, but her place isn't in between me and my wife, messing up intimate moments. She's choosing Bella over me. Our plan was we were gonna go get matching tattoos, okay?
And I didn't like any of them.
But she got a tattoo of Bella's paw on her shoulder.
You could have put your husband's name. You could put Phillip, like right there next to the top.
I'm not putting no man's name on my body for permanent. Are you crazy?
So, Mrs. Rentz, did I heard a little bit of a compromise from Mr. Rentz? I need to hear the similar compromise when it comes to you, because I understand there was an issue as it related to like a tattoo.
Your Honor, she has a tattoo of Bella's paw on her shoulder. I mean, if that tells you anything.
Okay, you took me to get it and you paid for it, so then there was no issues then.
Well, our plan was we were gonna go get matching tattoos, okay?
Okay.
So
I didn't like any of them, so I'm not gonna
that's the Bella tattoo. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, we didn't get matching tattoos, but she got a tattoo of Bella's paw on her shoulder. She also has a collar and leash problem.
So it's interesting that you all couldn't even figure out a compromise on this tattoo. You have Bella's paw, which is one of your baby and who you love.
Yes.
And you could have put your husband's name. You could put Phillip, like right there next to the top.
I'm not putting no man's name on my body for permanent. Are you crazy? No.
There it is. So see, you know, I never ask questions I don't know the answer to. I knew you were going to say that.
No.
Okay? I knew you were going to say that, and I knew that would be your reaction.
Yes, and
okay?
that's not even done yet.
Tell the
I still
whole
want to
story,
do things
though.
to it.
I don't want my name on her body by no means. But from the actions that she's been showing me, I mean, if she goes to town, Bella's with her. Whatever she does, Bella's with her.
Because Bella is who is
Bella
primary.
has been there when you've been gone for 5, 6 months at a time.
Well,
There seems to
This
be a
is a-
level of resentment going on right here.
Your
That
Honor,
is
he
it-
doesn't
it's
have
an
to go on the
undertone.
road. He didn't have to go on the road and work. Yes, the money's better, but there's jobs closer to home than being gone months at a time.
Mrs. Rentz, you got used to him being at your beck and call
I did.
when you were sick.
I did.
And you set her up to think that you'd be at her beck and call. But everybody's needs have changed. And neither one of you have sat down and talked to each other about it.
We've tried.
That's why you're here.
Exactly.
And you say that there's a collar problem.
yes, I even brought a picture of that today, Your Honor.
I'd like to see what you mean.
Our dogs get a collar maybe every 6 months.
That's not even all of them.
Bella gets a collar every month. She got one on the way up here.
Isn't it pretty? Looks good on her, don't it?
So, I mean, that right there shows you she's choosing Bella over me. Between the tattoo, the collars.
No. See, he wants to talk about money.
Before you tell me this, I think we can let the children go because they've made their point.
Absolutely. I agree.
All right. Ma'am, you going to come this way?
Bella, come on.
You are here to testify on behalf of your brother.
Their back and forth fussing is getting out of hand, really.
To me, she loves Bella more than she loves me right now.
Well, you got to communicate there to tell her that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't, yeah, both of y'all, really.
Tell him, Wesley. Tell him.
I mean,
Don't
both
you?
of
You
them.
don't have
Yeah.
to mumble. Tell him.
I mean,
And you done put Wesley in the trick bag.
I'm
He
over here
thinks
like,
he's coming here.
I'm trying to hide over in the
help
corner,
you out.
man.
Mrs. Rentz, I understand, but you say some of the other issues in the relationship that's caused problems is finances. Am I correct?
100%.
Will you explain what you mean?
So, first of all, the truck that we had he got, there's no we in that. Didn't ask questions, just did it. Then we got our tax return back, $5,200.
That was a nice little...
And we were supposed to split it.
File
but
together.
let's talk about where all that money went. In less than, what, 3 days? To the truck.
Mr. Rentz, was there an agreement as it related to the tax return?
Your Honor, we were going to split it down the middle, like $2,600.
Right,
you
fair.
know.
So you could do what you wanted to do with your $2,600.
Right.
What happened to her $2,600?
I admit, I did spend all the money on the truck, and I probably should have.
So here's my problem. Y'all have no discussion. I see attitude, I see recriminations, and I see accusations. That's not the foundation of a marriage. This is not hard. Y'all making stuff act like it's rocket science. And this is actually low-level stuff. I get people in divorce court that have addictions to drugs. They're wondering if the baby is theirs. Okay, I have to have lie detector tests to find out if they're cheating with Lottie, Dottie, and everybody. That's not even your problem. Y'all just don't talk. Something tells me that Mr. Rentz, Mr. Wesley Rentz, knows a little bit what I'm talking about. Mr. Rentz, will you please stand next to your brother, because you are here to testify on behalf of your brother. Please tell me your name.
Wesley Rentz, I'm Phillip's brother. I mean, I love my brother. I love Jamie. I mean, she's like become a part of our family now. So, I mean, you get attached to people, but their back and forth fussing is getting out of hand, really. That's all I hear. They live like in walking distance from me, so I may hear them all the time just fussing. And it's lack of communication, really.
Your Honor.
You hear your brother.
But she's controlling, and this thing with Bella is it's overwhelming.
I have news for you. There's a lot overwhelming in your relationship right now.
Yeah, she's a
Bella
crutch.
is simply the
Crutch.
symptom.
Right.
Bella has become
Well, I
her
mean,
crutch
but she
because
loves Bella more
she's
than-
not talking to her husband.
To me, she loves Bella more than she loves me right now.
Well, you got to communicate there to tell her that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't, yeah, both of y'all, really.
Tell him, Wesley. Tell him.
I mean,
Don't
both
you?
of
You
them.
don't have to
Yeah.
mumble. Tell him. Tell him.
I mean, 'cause if you'd done that, they wouldn't be all this. She knew about the money, this, and that. I didn't know all this stuff before I come here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's...
And you done put Wesley in the trick bag.
I'm
He
over here
thinks
like...
he's coming here.
I'm trying to hide
to
over in the
help
corner,
you
man.
out. Okay.
Dang.
Listen.
You got to communicate, man. You got to. Everybody
Why
broke
don't
camp.
y'all talk to each other anymore? What's going on, Mrs. Rentz? Tell him what you want him to know.
The biggest thing is the spending. I know what it's like when you have an itty-bitty budget and you have to make sure bills are paid. You have to make sure you can get to and from to work. So when it comes down to money, I panic because I want to make sure the lights are good. I want to make sure, just all the bills are paid.
It's not unreasonable what you're asking.
Where is he when it comes to bathing puppies or making sure the pens are cleaned out or making sure the pups are getting to the vet? Yes, he has helped, but the only way he helps is where that hand is at for that money.
Mrs. Rentz, all I hear is resentment.
Absolutely.
There's a lot.
That's what's happening right now. Where did that come from, Mr. Rentz? Thank you, Mr. Rentz.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.
Your Honor, she's right in some aspects, and she talks about me holding my hand out, but I work hard. I try to provide for my family.
Mr. Rentz, you all are not on the same page. This is a huge case of opposites attract. I don't doubt that you love each other at all. But you're on two paths, two different paths. And it's not to say that you can't get on the same path, but you're not making any effort to get on the same path. And it's really about a sit-down conversation. You all have not had a real conversation in a long time, I can tell that.
Well, Your Honor.
Sometimes it's just not even worth it because it's like I work 40 hours a week. I'm a toddler teacher, so it's not easy. I mean, I go in at 8:30, I'm off at 4:30, and I still come home and I make sure the house is done, make sure all the dogs.
Miss Rentz,
like,
you have done this the entire case. You're not happy. This is clear to me. You're not happy. You're not getting what you want in this relationship, and you're just not expressing that to your husband, okay? And, sir, you're not listening, and that's why you brought divorce papers. This is so much conflict in between the two of you. She is clearly not happy in this marriage. You clearly are not giving her what she needs. You're not getting what you need. Why are you married?
I want to fix it. I want to because, I mean, when we're good, we're great.
I need to know what you're prepared to do to fix your marriage.
But what I'm saying,
the rest of this is bull. Sorry. What are you prepared to do to make this marriage work?
I want him to listen.
That is not what you are prepared to do.
I want him to listen, and I want him to start seeing what I'm seeing with the money.
What are you prepared to do?
Work it out.
No,
Come
honey.
to a conclusion.
No, what I need to hear, what you need to say if you want to, is we need to see marriage counseling.
I brought that up.
We need to put a communication plan in place.
I have.
We need to talk about finances. I'm willing to do all of that. That's what I need to hear. Excuse me, but you have not expressed it.
Not here, but to him I have.
What we here for?
Because he don't want to do it. I have said, listen, we need to budget. Let's do some counseling of some sort.
You brought divorce papers to court.
I love her, but I brought divorce papers.
Did you sign them?
I haven't signed them.
So are we here just to argue back and forth, or are we here to take care of business? What you doing? You putting the marriage back together, or you signing those papers? Because I don't have time, okay? It's enough already. It's enough already. I like love. I like people that love each other, that trust each other, that respect each other. That makes me happy. It's why I get up every day. And you two people are full of resentment and anger and meanness, and you give marriage a bad name. Do you want to be married or not?
I love her. I'm willing to do the counseling if she is, because I do love her.
This is the time.
I'm absolutely ready for it.
I'm scared to recommend it. Because if the two of you don't sit down, shut up, and listen to each other, this marriage is doomed. Am I right, Wesley? Thank you very much. Do you want to sign those papers?
I don't. I want to work it out with my wife. I love her, but...
The court will order marriage counseling, but I don't hold any hopes for it working unless the two of you have a meeting of the minds. Marriage is about trust and kindness above all. And if you can't find it with each other, it's time to move the heck on. That's my vote.
So are you serious about this? You really want to do the counseling? Because I do love you.
Yes, and I do love you, but I mean, if you can't listen, and I know I need to listen too, but...
I mean, I'll tear these up right now.
Well, tear them up. Let's make this better. Let's work it out.
I'm serious.
Let's do it. Tear them up.